I had an amazing mother, amazing mother. It was not easy. She was a single mother after a while, and it was not easy being a single mom to 5 little girls. I also had a very difficult childhood, and part of this experience is what led to my having to seek counseling and be able to continue with my life. Some of my trauma began before I was born, in that my parents' firstborn child was beat at 18 months and died. The same person that was responsible for her death raped me at the age of 5 and nearly died from that experience. It continued. The trauma of that led to the death of my grandmother. My mother and father, of course, horrible black time in their life. My parents would send me away to sort of shield me from some of that, but it just seemed as if I'd never really had a chance to heal from that. So when you ask me about my childhood, when you ask me about what that was like, that's what it was like. There were some good memories, but there were a lot of painful, harmful memories as well. I couldn't make decisions at the time. I suspected I was depressed. Couldn't even have told you. I was so numb. I vacillated between feelings of numb to feelings of overwhelming kinds of emotion. There was a time, there was a day where I spent most of the day saying goodbye to people. I hadn't shared that with anyone. But I just couldn't do it anymore. That's when Linda became my lifeline. She began to work with me, and at that time, Linda didn't know my entire background. I hadn't disclosed any of that. It took a while for me to get to where I was able to do that with her. When I first came, I was a mess. I couldn't stop crying through the entire session. I literally couldn't stop crying. I don't know how many boxes of tissue I went through. It was pretty much I walked in, grabbed the box of tissue, sat down and began the session. She then began to recognize that what I was dealing with was more than just the ending of my marriage. I was experiencing PTSD, and there was a lot more involved. Part of the result of that change was that I didn't have the resources to continue with the center. And it was then that Linda, who's my therapist, shared with me a program that would help me with the resource to continue with the therapy. If you were to ask me today what difference does the Family Counseling Center make, I can tell you it saves lives. It saved mine.